Hey guys, Chris here with The Unshakable Man. We are 21 days away from our first men's leadership retreat of 2023, and we have 16 men registered. We only have 4 spots left. So I'm just going to take one moment here to appreciate that and to embody it and to celebrate it the way that we learn to at our retreats. This is a big deal, and I just wanted to talk with you guys and answer any questions that you might have to paint a picture, right? Because we have over 2,000 men on this email list who have said that they're interested and curious about our men's leadership retreats. And I wanted to talk with you about what those shifts are that you go through and why we register, why we make space in our life as men to go to a retreat like this, and why it's so much different than anything else out there, right? So the 3 main shifts that we see men go through are that you're going to go through from a shift of pain to purpose, right? We find purpose through our pain. We're going to go from powerlessness to a sense of being powerful. And that's felt on and in our bodies. That's not in our head. This isn't an idea or a belief system. This is a direct physical experience of feeling powerful, okay? And this is what shifts you from the inside out, okay? And then we end up going from pessimistic to present, which again is on and in our bodies. Now, this purpose, this sense of feeling powerful, and this sense of being present, this is all felt on and in our bodies, and it's best constructed in relationship with a group of other human beings. So I just want to make that connection, right? Like when you show up, right? Like I want to appreciate how big a deal this is, right? Because these guys, you maybe haven't met me yet. You haven't been in a men's group with me yet. You haven't been to one of these retreats yet. And most of the guys who register for these retreats haven't, right? And so there's a whole bunch of sensations and emotions that can come up and can block us from answering the call to make space in our life to do this deeply meaningful work. And so I just want to slow this down and to appreciate like a guy in Boston, right, who's getting a plane ticket to fly out to San Francisco, and then he's going to carpool with a gentleman that he doesn't know up to the retreat center in Northern California, or a gentleman in Merced, right, about 4 or 5 hours from the retreat center who's driving up, maybe a gentleman from Portland, right, and a guy from down in Santa Barbara, or some guys from Texas, right? These guys are all convening and making this weekend important, right? And then we're all going to arrive in a parking lot together at a retreat center, this beautiful property, and we're going to slow things down. And then we're going to move through a set of processes, a set of trainings where we are going to learn real physical skills to get out of our heads and egoic patterns and what we think about our life, right? Like the pains that we're undergoing, the sense of feeling powerless, right? Or the pessimistic attitude that we might have about certain challenges that we have in our life. And we're going to make these shifts to feeling a sense of purpose, to feeling powerful, and to feeling present. And we're going to learn how to do that, how to physically get out of our heads and egoic patterns and to get into our bodies. This is real, tangible, physical training, right? And then through that process, we build a relationship. And this is what's often missed, where I think guys on the outside really don't understand. And I'm attempting here to paint this picture to point to the real grounded, directly experienced reason why this work is so impactful on men's lives if you show up, right? Like if you make this investment in your life like the other men, is that these guys aren't your friends. They're not in your family. They're not in a high stakes relationship with you, but they end up knowing your heart, right? They know what you are like on the inside, and they can, because you open in their presence and they open, we have this sense of vulnerability and openness, which we stop protecting ourselves. And it takes a lot of energy to protect ourselves in our day-to-day life. But when we learn to let go of that, all of that energy that was being put up around this mask, this facade of being okay, it goes toward being able to take risks, to be able to show up in our life in a more empowering way, where we can have this aligned sense of purpose, we can feel powerful on and in our bodies, and we can get present, so we can really see what it is we need to do in order to make a shift or change in our life. Now, the weekend is just the weekend. It's like this awesome training environment. And Dr. Chris Bromberg and myself and Scotty, who are facilitators, we've designed an amazing program, okay? After the weekend, though, that's where the integration begins. And this is what most guys don't really realize or understand about this work, is that because you've built these very special relationships that are not just your friends, right? And they're not these high stakes relationships like people in your intimate life, your partner, your people in your job or in your work or in your community. They hold a very specific role. And those men will very likely feel connected to you, like you feel connected to them. And that's where we form men's groups after the retreat. And these men's groups can often last for 1 year or 2 years of your life. And then these men are there to support you as you integrate the work into your life and relationships, as you make meaningful shifts and changes toward growing and feeling more purposeful, more powerful, and more present in your day-to-day life. Now, when you show up in those groups, like every other week or every week after that, if you want, right? If you feel inspired to, which you very likely will be, when you open and you share the realities of what's going on in your life, well, you also get to witness the reality of what's going on in other men's lives. And this is what we don't get in our day-to-day life. It just has this amazing grounding and clarity affect on our life, where we feel more clear, more aligned, and more purposeful. And so that's it. That's my way of sharing with men who might be on the outside like you, who are wondering, like, why would I go invest all of this time, all of this money in myself in order to show up for a men's leadership retreat with the Unshakable Man? And this is why, because this work, this is how we learn to become self-led, right? This is how we learn to uncover our unconscious scripting, the things that are holding us back, our addictive patterns, to heal certain wounds, to really find out who am I really authentically on the inside, and then how to bring that out into our life and relationships. And that's it. We learn it in relationship with a community, with a group of other men. And most of us, we simply do not have that in our day-to-day lives. It's very, very special. And that's why the Unshakable Man community has grown and developed. That's its purpose, right? Like, that's why it is here, is to be that scaffolding, to be that vehicle for you guys. And for me, I'm a part of this too. I'm going to be I might be facilitating and helping to organize and run the retreat, but I'm also showing up in this space as a human being, as a man, with my own challenges, with my own insecurities. And this has been a deeply meaningful vehicle for my own growth and development in my life and relationships. And it's why I feel so aligned to just want to devote my life and to pour my energy and awareness into co-creating this space with you guys. So that's it. I just wanted to give you guys this update. I'm really excited for our upcoming February retreat. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and schedule a men's retreat info session with me. If you don't have any questions and you're ready to register, just go ahead and register with the 3-month payment plan or a full payment plan. And if you need a special payment plan made for you, we are creating special payment plans everywhere from 3 months to 4 months to 5 months to 6 months. We will even do a special 10-month payment plan link. But we do ask that when you make a request for these payment plans, that it really comes from your heart and that you actually need it. And that's what allows us to have the resources to provide this to other men. Okay? All right. I hope you have a great day. I hope to see you register for the retreat. Other than that, if you don't get to join the Unshakable Man and you can't make one of our groups, I hope you find something in your life that you can invest in, something that can support your growth, because we all need it. All right, guys, have a great day. Hope to see you at the retreat.